There's always a white whale or something else to look for. As collectors in the hobby, for me, O-gauge trains, you kind of always want what you don't have. It's a bit of a curse of collecting. So I want to share with you guys the 3 most sought after engines that I've been looking for the past year. Now in the past, I've talked about other engines that I've been looking for and have eventually found them. Stuff like the Bull Moose, that right-of-way brass engine that was so difficult to come by. And whether it's at a train store or a show that you've gone to, or looking around on different auction sites and stuff like that, there's all sorts of different methods to try and track down what you're looking for. Now, you don't have to track down anything if you just order stuff new from whoever's catalog you're getting it from. Unless things don't go your way in terms of, tariffs. But I'm not gonna talk about that today. I want to talk about the engines that I've been on the hunt for quite a while, and how some of my tried and true methods have still brought up nothing. So let's dive in. In no particular order, this first one is one that I've been looking for quite a long time, and especially since I sold my Western Pacific Mountain number 179. You've seen it rolling around a couple clips. I'm just using older footage because I do love how that engine looked, but I just decided we weren't running it a whole lot, and there was somebody that was interested in it, so I sold it. And as a result, there is a gaping Western Pacific hole in our roster here. And that makes a certain Wipeout Trains a little sad about my railroad. And it's not just from peer pressure from him why I want to find another. It's also because the hunt is kind of fun. But it's also been kind of frustrating because I just keep striking out with this one. I am looking for a K-line, already makes it difficult, Western Pacific GS64. Now, what the heck is that? A GS64 is essentially a GS4, like the Southern Pacific's famous daylight engines, that the government in World War II is like, nah, Western Pacific, you need a few of those. So they're just black, they're essentially black GS4s, but they have a single headlight up front instead of the double that my daylight has. So other than me just finding a daylight and dousing it black, I would need to figure out how to make that headlight if I want to try and make my own. Now, this engine is semi-scale and has tons of detail, which means A, it'll run around my tighter turns around the secondhand overland. In case you haven't been following, I have 048 turns. These ones here and the ones going back there are quite a bit wider, but both of the turnaround sections are 048. So engines need to at least do that. But in this case, the K-line engine is equipped with TMCC, which means that I can run it with my base 3. So, control-wise, it'll work great around here. Size-wise, it'll work great around here. I just haven't been able to find it. And one of my tried and true methods has been to look up the engine on trains.com. Yeah, those guys with a Z. I love this website because I can go in and look at things that are out of stock, put those items in my wish list, and then when they do show up in stock again, I get a notification. But the K-line Western Pacific GS64 has proven that method wrong because Trains has never had that engine in stock before. So there's no engine to favorite because they don't have a listing for it. That's how hard this thing is to find. I've listed it on the OGR forum, I've scoured eBay and Facebook Marketplace and all that other stuff, and I can't find this one. So I would love to find that engine. The next one I'm looking for is a diesel, which is a little bit strange because typically we tend to go for the steam variety of stuff. But I've seen this one show up a few times and it's like, oh neat, it's just another black diesel, who cares, whatever. No, I should have cared because this NW2 switcher has some cool history behind it. Specifically the Union Pacific model number 1011. That model actually still runs in Utah with a certain someone back here. On the shelf you can see 618, the Heber Creeper. That diesel actually operates on the same line as that one. So it's got some cool history behind it. It was Union Pacific's at first, and oh wait, no, I'm thinking of another one. There's actually another NW2, the first one ever delivered to Union Pacific for use at the shops here in Omaha, back when Union Pacific had shops here. I've got a video about that coming up. That should be fun. But back then, number 1000, their first diesel switcher, changed hands quite a few times. And it actually went to Western Pacific for a bit. Then it went to Sacramento Northern. I know a couple of my buddies know that railroad pretty well. And then once the mergers and everything happened, it fell back into UP's hands, and they retired it, and now it's at a museum in Nevada. It's been repainted, unfortunately. I mean, it's cool how they repainted it. It's in the museum's colors. But it'd be cool to see it in its original livery. It actually did, I think I have a shot of it doing like an excursion service too. So those NW2s, I haven't seen one of number 1000, but 1011 does still run in its original black scheme at the Heber Valley Scenic Railroad in Utah. So would love to check that out someday. It's not super far, but yeah, there's all these train places I want to go to. And the third one is actually one that's kind of been a little bit fluid. I feel like part of the reason why I want one of these is just to appease Bill B, because he's a national treasure. If you don't follow the Ozark, Midland, and Southern Railroad, you got to go check out Bill's stuff. He's great, good friend of mine. But I've been trying to find some Missouri Pacific to put on the line because I know that's one of his favorite railroads, and there's another local tie here. Missouri Pacific actually had a line that went south of town, and there is a bridge that it was a train bridge for Missouri Pacific that is now part of the Mopac Trail. Mopac meaning Missouri Pacific. So there's actually some old railroad stuff on the sides of the trail. My son and I have visited it before. It's not too far from here. But I also want Missouri Pacific because I would really like to add some blue to the line. I've added a lot of red recently. Every steam locomotive on the face of the planet is black, except for this beautiful Greyhound over here. So yeah, it'd be really nice to find some Missouri Pacific diesels, because they would be blue. I would be fine with finding a steam locomotive as well. The only thing that I've run into is finding the Missouri Pacific steam locomotives is exceedingly difficult. And yeah, it's just another black steam engine, which again would be fine, but I really would like to add some blue. I've got tons of yellow, Union Pacific obviously. I've got red from Santa Fe, the Katy, the Rock Island diesel. There's a lot of red diesels on my line. Would be really nice to add some blue, especially since it's my favorite color. But yeah, I guess that last one is more of a, I'm just kind of looking for anything that's command control and Missouri Pacific that could go around our rails, steam or diesel or otherwise. I would really like to find maybe those FAs. They're newer legacy ones, so that'd be nice to have that control. I know I already have some FA red diesels from the Katy, but since I've got the Katy switcher from our friend Chris, maybe I could find those another home and get the PAs in blue instead of red. Or maybe I could just have them both and just have them do red versus blue battles and make all sorts of Halo jokes. But yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys have been looking for, because the hunt is half the fun. And maybe if you put it in the comments below, someone else will read that and say, hey, I know where you can find that. Or, hey, I've got one and I don't run it that much, so I'd be willing to part with it. Maybe we can all help each other find all of the trains that we want forever and we can all be broke. Or at least space it out so we're not. But anyway, let me know what you're looking for, what you've been on the hunt for, what's your white whale, and how has that changed? Maybe you found it recently and now it's like, great. Now do I look for? Because part of the fun of collecting is the hunt. So leave me a comment down below. As always, like, subscribe, and use that little bell thing for subscribing, because that'll let you know when we do another video, because we do a lot of them. Thank you all so much for the support and everything. It's been loads of fun making stuff for you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.